Hello, everyone. Today, for December the 16th, we actually are going to learn about John the Baptist. And remember, yesterday I mentioned that we're learning a little bit about Elizabeth, who was Mary's aunt. And Mary was thought to not be able to have children, and then God allows her to have a child because anything is possible with God. The child that she has is John, and this is actually Jesus' cousin. And his importance comes along after. So at this point in this story, you're going to see Jesus. This is the Jesus they're using in this picture book or picture Bible when he's older, because John the Baptist has a very big role to start and pave the way for Jesus as he gets older. So we're going to hear a little bit about John. John is a popular name, isn't it? There are a lot of people named John. There are two very famous Johns in the Bible. The first famous John is John the disciple. He was one of Jesus' closest friends. He also wrote 5 different books in the Bible. The other famous John is John the Baptist. John the Baptist was a relative of Jesus. He was 6 months older than Jesus. We call John the Baptist because he baptized people. That means that he dunked people in water, usually a river or stream, as a sign that they wanted to have their sin washed away. Even today, being baptized shows that a person wants to live for God. If you met John the Baptist, you'd probably think to yourself, this guy is a little weird. John the Baptist wasn't like most Israelites. He didn't dress like they did. Instead of clothes made from soft wool or cotton, John the Baptist made his clothes from itchy camel hair. Instead of eating the food most folks ate, John ate only honey, yum, and bugs, yuck. And John didn't live in one of the towns of Israel like everyone else. John lived out in the wilderness, all by himself. Yep, John the Baptist was a little unusual. John spent his days walking around in his itchy camel clothes, preaching about the kingdom of God and the Messiah. Stop doing bad things, he'd yell. The day of God is coming. Soon people from towns and villages started coming out to see this bug-eating guy in itchy camel clothes who said he had a message from God. Is this a new prophet, they wondered? Israel hadn't had a new prophet in 400 years. Maybe he is the Messiah, someone said. But John shook his head. I'm not the Messiah. He is coming. Someone so great that I don't even deserve to touch his shoes. People were amazed. This bug-eating, camel-clothed guy seemed like he was really close to God. Who could be coming that was even closer? By now, Jesus was around 30 years old, but the people didn't know who he was. One day, Jesus came to John and said, "Baptize me." John was confused. He knew who Jesus was. He knew that Jesus had never done anything wrong. It seemed to him that Jesus should baptize John, not the other way around. But Jesus said, "No, it is right for you to baptize me." So, John baptized Jesus in the river, and when Jesus came up out of the water, something amazing happened. First, something that looked like a dove came down from the sky and landed on Jesus. It was the Spirit of God. Then a voice came out of the air and said, "This is my Son, whom I love very much. I am very happy with him." It was the voice of God. People couldn't believe what they had seen and heard. The Spirit of God came to rest on this fellow they'd never heard of, this Jesus, and God himself had spoken out loud about him. Who was Jesus? Was he the Messiah they had been waiting on for so long? Was this finally God's blessing for the world? No one knew for sure, but they went home that day very excited. So boys and girls, today the image that you're going to color in is that of a shell. Sorry, I don't have my picture here to show you. And that is the representation or the symbol of John the Baptist because he baptized people in water. All right, until next time, have a great day.